Hi everybody, it's Claire here with just a quick and easy video on how to construct the album that I made before decorating this Olde Curiosity Shoppe album. This album complements one of the Graphic 45 design team projects that you'll see on the Graphic 45 site over the next few weeks. So there is a video for how I made and put the album together, and this is the first one just taking you through how to make the book itself. So let me take you through what we need. 2 pieces of chipboard which I've cut at 5 3/4 inches by 3 3/4 inches, and then I've cut 6 pages. I'm making it in the craft colour just because it's easier to see. I did make the actual book in black, but I've got 6 pages that are 5 inches long by 3.5 inches deep. And then for the spine pieces, they're all 3.5 inches deep, and the first one is 2 1/4 inches wide, and then 2 3/4 inches wide, 3 1/4 inch wide, and 3 3/4 inches wide, and each of them I've scored at 1 inch in from the edge on both sides, which needs to be folded up. So we'll do the spine piece first and get that ready. So I'm just going to fold along the score lines. You can use your bone folder for this. So that's one piece. And this is what the pages are going to be mounted on. 2 pieces. Piece number 3. And piece number 4. So that's got a very, very thin spine. And then on the back of each one I've put some double-sided sticky tape. So I'm going to mount them all together, starting with the smallest one. Oh, I'm not going to be able to get this off. Peel off the backing tape if you can, and putting the next spine piece up in size, line the tops and the bottoms up, and stick down centrally from side to side. It's not quite right. And press down firmly. And then when you lift up those scored pieces, it gives you that section to mount your pages on. I'll do the same that side. Just get them to fold up. And then I'm going to take the tape off the back of the second piece, or perhaps I'm not. I don't know where my very sharp knife is. I used to be good at this, I'm not anymore. And again, take the third largest piece, line the edges top and bottom. Excuse me. And centrally from side to side. And press down. So that's given us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's all the page mounts. And now the last piece, let's flatten that out, take these backing bits off. 2, 3, 4. Flatten that down and then centre everything up, top top, bottom and the sides. You should have 1/4 inch each side. Like stick it down. Like that. So that gives you your page mounts and your cover mount. And next we're going to add the pages. So before I put them into the book, I did round them all with my corner chomper using the 1/2 inch side. I always do that. And I'm just going to round the 2 edges that become the edge of the pages. It's not doing very well. This is looking very left-handed. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's just cut 2 corners, round those off, and then I'm going to do the same for the cover. Let's just empty that. So I'm just going to do 2 edges, like that, and 2 edges. Okay, so move the covers to one side. Now for the pages, I'm going to put them all on the same way, and I'm going to put, so not using the outermost flap, but starting one in, a piece of double-sided tape towards the bottom of the flap and a piece up towards the top. Take off the backing pieces. Take one page and I'm going to stand it on the spine, line the edge up top and bottom, and then squeeze the 2 pieces together. And then I'm just going to repeat that for each of the page pieces. You can add more tape in the middle if you want to. This is pretty sticky, but unlike the red line tape, I can rip it rather than having to cut it. So take the next page piece, stand it up against the bottom of the flap, align it up top and bottom, and push the flap towards it and pinch. So that's that one on, and again. So tape top and bottom. Whoops. Stuck to the tape. Peel the backing paper off. Score tape's good for this, really good, perhaps the most sticky, but certainly over here in the UK it's probably the most expensive tape that we can get hold of. Okay, so stand your page piece up against the bottom of the spine, line it up top and bottom with the spine piece and stick together. And repeat that until you've got all of your 6 pages in your book. So here they all are added in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, each with 1/4 inch space in between for embellishments on each of the pages. And now all that's left to do is to put the front and back cover on. So again, on the outside of the largest tabs, I've put some double-sided tape, and then I'm going to put my cover down and line the folded edge here up with the edge of, so it just sits on top of the edge of the cover, but also because the cover is 1/4 of an inch bigger than the page, I'm just going to line up just a little overhang top and bottom before, it's very tricky, I push that down. I've just held it on gently and that's okay actually, that fits quite nicely, that's flat there. So now I'm going to do the same with the other side. So take the backing tape off. 2, 3. Put my cover down. It's a bit more fiddly with the second one, I think. You might not. Line it up with the edge, top and bottom, and flip. And just... it's not going to work. It does take a bit of faffing about with. I think that's it. I've just caught that gently, and yeah. The test is if they sit evenly like that and one of them doesn't swing out, then you've lined it up right, and that's okay. So all that's left to do now is just to add the backing for the binder. And then to finish off, on my original album, I added an extra covering around the binding, which I embossed with a Cuttlebug Circles embossing folder, which I can't for the life of me find. I have no idea where it's gone. So I've cut a piece of card that is the depth of the book and is 4 1/4 inches long. And it's going to fit around like that. So to stick it on, I've put one piece of, it's a bit bendy this book now, let's do it like that, one piece of double-sided tape on here, on the actual cover itself. So I've taken the backing tape off there, and I'm going to take the backing tape off that one too. And then on my card, I've also added some double-sided tape to both edges. So let's just peel the backing off those, both sides. It's really hard to get it to stick down once you've embossed your cardstock. So, right. What I'm not going to do is stick it to the binding here. I had put double-sided tape on, but I'm just going to take that off. Sorry, I'm not doing it very centrally. Stuck to my fingers. Because I don't want it to stick flat to the binding of the book. Okay. So taking my piece that I've embossed, I'm just going to centre it up top and bottom, and then gently ease that front edge down here, open it up, check that I've attached it and it's straight, and then stick it down. Then close the book up, hold it firmly, and then ease that piece up and over, lining it up with the top and bottom edges, and stick down. And that gives you a really nice bound spine. So there's the book ready to cover, and there's the one that's already covered and completed. So I hope you have fun if you make one of those, and there's 3 videos on how I've made this album and put it all together. So have fun if you want to make one yourself and follow along. Thanks for watching.